Boom, boom. Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai, and today the Reds take on Bournemouth away in the Carabao Cup at... What the... Ah! What is that? You know, little Gachapon machine things, these crazy things in Japan, a whole load of fun. About 300 yen, about £1.50. It's like the tentacle one I picked up the other day. You should really put Bluetooth in these things, right? So yes, we are back with the Carabao Cup, a chance to see the youngsters and the fringe players in action, but hold on a minute, Klopp needs to think carefully here. Liverpool's team selection is vitally crucial. We may need to go stronger than we first envisaged. Why? It's not just because Bournemouth are a Premier League club and that we're away at their ground. This weekend in the Premier League, Bournemouth play Manchester City away. Now, do they realistically think that they can win that fixture? If they do not think they can win that fixture, then this is the cup final, because they will go all guns blazing to knock Liverpool out at home. They could go full strength lineup in anticipation that Liverpool might start a weakened team, hit quickly from the opening bell and make sure to carry the Reds. Nah, not happening. Jurgen Klopp has clocked onto this. We're against Luton away. And it's on Sunday, right? So we have an opportunity to play some of the stronger players in our first team lineup and change things if necessary. We don't have VAR in these early stages of Carabao Cup. We can't be screwed over there. But the referee may be making some dodgy decisions anyway, so it all balances itself out. We just need to play well, which is why, in my mind, we need to go slightly stronger than we first envisaged. Some people put a very youth team, a very fringe team out there, and it's all about combinations and partnerships as well. I've even seen some lineups, you know, maybe Bobby Clark starting. He'd be starting on the right in this instance. Maybe Wataru Endo, Bobby Clark. We were lacking Ben Doak, so who'd you put up there? Harvey Elliott, the only replacement for Salah, is one of the frontline players. It could be Jota, Lucho Diaz, we know his situation as well. Right back, are people really going to put Gomez there? It could be Gomez, Clark, Elliott, Endo on the side there shifting over. It's not the most attacking kind of quartet of players, right? If you're asking for players to play on the right hand side, so you've got to think of balance in the team or what you're trying to do here. So let's look at the potential lineup. Kelleher will obviously start at the back because he's our cup star. Mario star, Gelato Pique, really cushy, really lush. Liverpool shirt inside representing is white, reflecting the heat. And then at right back, ultimately depends what we're trying to do here. Now, if Virgil van Dijk is being rested for this game, which potentially I think he will be, then Trent has got to start as vice captain, right? And Trent will be the key to unlocking that right hand window. But will Trent start though? Because for certain he will be a starter against Luton. Do we need him from the offset? This is the most tricky choice of the whole team. Who starts at the right back position? Will it be Gomez? Will it be Trent Alexander-Arnold? But for my official prediction, I am putting Joe Gomez out there. And the reasoning behind that is he actually has some attacking threat. We saw that Coden brought onto Jota's head last season. He actually has the ability to get up and down the field as well. He's very athletic. He'll cover the right hand side defensively. And next to him, Joel Matip. Because Van Dijk and Konate are the centre-back pairing for the Premier League. They are dominant, they are physical, they are titans, and they are boss. Matip will give us that additional attacking threat because he is the one who can penetrate the lines with his surging giraffe-like runs. And he's hilarious. We need some comedy factor in this game, right? Matip will get up and down all day long because they're not going to press him because is it worthwhile pressing him? He can obviously release it, recycle it. He always goes for a run or two. Back Matip to go into the opposition's half at least twice. Yeah, so Matip, and next to him, Premier League standard. This will be a great test for Jarell Quansah because I want to see Quansah exposed to more Premier League level opposition, Premier League level forward lines, the tactical variation under pressure, right? Quansah and Matip looks like a solid pairing to me. He is very calm. He's got his own attributes. He can distribute the ball off both sides, and we saw that he liked to go for a little jolly down the right hand side as well, setting up Jota for that flicked finish. So Quansah does not look out of place, which is amazing considering where he was at the start of pre-season, right? Now we have full confidence that Jarell Quansah can come in, slot in, and it'll be smooth as silk. And then at left back, Kostas Tsimikas is obviously our starting left back, but we know that Chambers is most likely going to play this one because Chambers made his debut, didn't do too much wrong, a bit over eager, you know, showing his youthful quirkiness there, but solid enough overall, and the coaching staff trust him. And what better way to reinforce and build on his initial debut than to give him a Premier League opposition start in the cup run? So Chambers at left back, which starts the conversation on what do we want to do in the midfield from the back line. The back line, obviously we play the way we play. The midfielders will sit back and allow the fullbacks to push on if necessary, but it depends on who our midfield personnel are. And obviously Endo is going to start in the number 6 role because Endo with progressive passing is really catching the eye. Klopp mentioned it in one of his interviews. Endo is cutting the lines with clean, precise, pacey passes. That one cutting through to Szoboszlai and absolutely hitting a Thunderkunt. Wow, Domi Schlobbers That will be his trademark. Left or right footed, absolutely cracking them in. He is our goal threat from midfield. We've been missing one since Ox got crocked, but he is there. And szoboszlai will not start this game, at least I hope not, because he needs a rest, right? He's been going all guns blazing for 90 minutes in every fixture. He's a machine. He's more machine than man. No, that's Darth Vader. But he is a sex machine. No, sorry, wrong genre. He is a great footballer. I think szoboszlai will definitely come on because he always comes on. Klopp likes to put the senior players on when we've won the game to retain the possession, play tiki-taka, move the ball around with a game experience and potentially see the opportunity to finish the game off. So szoboszlai will most likely come on around 70-minute mark, but he won't be starting the game. I think Curtis Jones, coming off the back of his suspension in the Premier League, harsh suspension, but it is what it is, needs to pick up a run of form, a run of games, and really show his worth in place of Gravenberch, because Gravenberch and Curtis Jones interchangeable at the moment depending on what you want to do. Curtis Jones is the ball retainer at any area of the field, and Gravenberch is a more progressive player. If we're putting Curtis Jones on the left and Endo holding, then who goes on the right? Is this the opportunity to see McAllister in a further forward role enabled by Endo? Because many people have been shouting for McAllister to be progressed further forward, to cut the lines, to play that Mazzala position in and between the right-sided forward, who will cut and give those passing lanes and passing options and create that relationship. Will it be McAllister? Szoboszlai, I don't think will start. Will he trust Bobby Clark in that position, or will Gravenberch get an additional start because he's the one that gets taken off because he's knackered, usually stamina? He needs to build up his kind of match fitness and form. Form is looking good, his natural attributes and physical presence there. And remember in the last video I said, depending on who Gravenberch is with, he has a slightly different role in the midfield. He's a ball retainer, a ball recycler, in evidence when McAllister and Szoboszlai are on the pitch with him. But if it's Endo and Curtis Jones, then the one who's going to progress and penetrate the lines with a forward run, in absence of Szoboszlai, it's Ryan Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch and Curtis Jones both start this game, backed up ably by Wataru Endo, who will defend the line with his life. And I think that is a really solid, really technical midfield with youthful abundance, marshalled by the samurai leader of men, Wataru Endo, who keep them in check and make the calls about when to pull back and when to go forwards. And obviously in this position as well, it's actually quite nice because Jones and Wataru Endo can fall back into a double pivot if we're under the cosh, allowing Gravenberch a free run to break the lines with his progressive running. So if we can find Gravenberch in those half space pockets, he'll cause some serious damage, and it depends who he is with in the kind of forward positions. I think they kind of picked themselves. Cody Gakpo needs to play himself into form. The offside goal last match showed, glimpses of his kind of predatory instincts. He's desperate to get on the goals again, right? Because obviously he's been out for a while. Gakpo starts central. Now we wouldn't think the left forward position would have been such a tricky position at the start of the season, considering that Gakpo, Nunes, Jota and Lucho Diaz can play there. But obviously Lucho Diaz has his family issues. We're still wishing for the best for his father. I want breaking news on that one to announce good news. He's safe return after all. Jota on the left is a poacher, and he's very direct and very silky as well. We're massively missing Ben Doak for the cup fixtures because he's a certainty to get experience. I will make that Ben Doak video very, very soon. So who starts on the right hand side? Will it be Harvey Elliott, Mohamed Salah? I think Klopp will give the nod to Harvey Elliott to show what he can do in that position, because Elliott is floating there and thereabouts in that Mazzala half 10 position, progressive 8 into that half 10 position, pressuring opposition. His pressing stats are insane, so he can definitely replicate that part of Mo Salah's game. He's naturally left-footed and coming inside as well, and he's deceptively quick as well. He's technical, he's got good first touch. Let's see what Harvey Elliott can do on that right-sided forward position, because he played that really, really well on loan in Blackburn in the Championship. And Salah is on the bench for contingency as well. So you've got Gakpo holding it up, dropping in between the lines, Harvey Elliott on the right-hand side and Jota on the left-hand side. Now expect if Gakpo drops short to make that attacking diamond midfield position, overload the diamond midfield, then Jota will close in into the half space between fullback and defender, and he'll be the one in and around the penalty area. And Harvey Elliott will be cutting and making opportunities, and he just needs an excuse to let fly, because his left foot shot is actually pretty decent. But little lad, his left foot actually has some venom into it, and I really, really trust Harvey Elliott in those positions because he's got game intelligence. That's one thing you can't teach. He has game intelligence, and he had it from the start. He just needs to build on his confidence, build up that rapport with the forward line in that position, and make those runs that we know that he's capable of, because David Silva always played in the front line on the left-hand side when he was at Valencia, moving to Manchester City in a forward line progressive player. further on in his career, he dropped back into kind of midfield. So this is similar to Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden, who can play all those kind of forward left-sided positions. And Harvey Elliott is an inversion of that as well, because Bernardo Silva on the right can cut inside. David Silva predominantly played left forward, but Harvey Elliott is in that mould. And I'm hoping that this can really be a breakthrough season to show that he can really rack up the appearances, rack up the pass statistics, rack up the pressing statistics, and get in amongst the goal contributions as well. So my official prediction, Harvey Elliott, Cody Gakpo, Diogo Jota, Curtis Jones, Gravenberch, Endo, Chambers, Quansah, Matip, and Gomez, with Malfoy, Kelleher behind him. And I've mocked up here the positions that I think the starting 11 will take, if indeed the starting 11 is correct. You'll fall back into a kind of flat 3 here, with Quansah and Matip alternating between driving forward. Matip will drive into space in and alongside the defensive midfielder. Endo will cover the horizontal widths of the pitch. He'll start in a pivot in the number 6. Gomez will cover the half space, that kind of half wing back space where Trent usually roams, because what we're going to aim to do is get an overload on the right hand side to whip the ball into the left, where Jota will be in and around the penalty area waiting to pounce, as will Gakpo. Gakpo will drop false 9, diamond of the midfield to link up the play to the top. Elliott will operate in half space position, which will allow Gravenberch a free roll in the right hand side and overlap around the right hand side. Do you remember he absolutely smashed the ball across for Lucho Diaz to get in? So Gravenberch will try to penetrate down the right, with Elliott cutting in the half space, Jones up and down on the left hand side, ball retainer, retaining the ball, recycling the ball. But as usual, we'll overload the right and try and whip it in, because that's what we do. Trent, Salah, everything comes down the right hand side. Even when we had Mane, a lot of the threat was predominantly based on the right hand side, delivering over to the left hand side, overloading the back post as well. Gakpo can go there as well. Legendo will be in and around patrolling the midfield. I think it's very likely we see this kind of setup and this kind of strategy, at least from the offset. Gravenberch does a szoboszlai role, looks very effective to me. Gakpo does the Firmino-like role, Jota being the poacher, and Elliott operating in the half space, especially around the right hand side, cutting in. And remember, the giveaway for the Miyazaki Karamen Spicy Volcano Lava Ramen is still available in the last video. Link in description below. All you need to do is name my favourite Liverpool player of all time in the comments wall on that video. Whoever names the correct player will go in a wheel on the 13th of November. I think I said 13th of November. And the winner will get that sent to your doorstep. If you don't like spicy food, the tomato ramen variant is available too. And as I mentioned, I think we need to go slightly stronger in this lineup and not just play with the kids. The reason behind that is Bournemouth will be going for it, because Liverpool could field a weekend lineup. Bournemouth are at home, and Bournemouth, realistically, I don't think they fancy their chances away at Man City on the weekend. And luckily for Liverpool, we got Luton away as well, so we don't have that big kind of top of the table clash. And it's on a Sunday, so we can slightly rest the players in between now and that kickoff time. So fingers crossed we get through this one unscathed, no injuries. We might creep a 2-0 or 2-1 victory here. It'll be hard fought, but I have full faith, because that midfield talent is abundant right now. Endo, Gravenberch and Curtis Jones is not bad at all, and they will come to prominence. Squad is very, very important for this season. Klopp has decisions to make, but with Luton on the horizon and Bournemouth knowing that Man City on the horizon, this will be quite a tasty affair. It's an all Premier League affair, and once you pass this one, you're down to the final 8 teams. Wow, almost there. Carabao Cup. I wouldn't mind winning the cup. I love winning the cups. Let's see Van Dijk hoist it up for his first cup victory as captain for Liverpool FC. You'll never walk alone. Miyazaki Man Ichiban. Peace. Please remember to like this video if you did enjoy it. It helps this video beat algorithm and help the channel grow as well. Show your support for the Miyazaki Man Liverpool Fan in Japan channel. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Lots and lots of Liverpool content coming up soon. Much appreciated. Really enjoyed the interaction. Until next time, enjoy the match. Peace.